enamored. Today we are watching Shut the Dog Up. Today we are watching 2003 film The Station Agent, starring Peter Dinklage on today's Fishy Film Fridays. Let's get a little whoop whoop. Let's get some energy. Choo choo. So The Station Agent, this is a 2003 independent film. It's written and directed by Tom McCarthy. And yeah, it stars Peter Dinklage as Finbar McBride, a quiet, reserved, smaller man who retreats to a rural New Jersey abandoned train station. And what begins as a story of solitude ends up being one about an unexpected friendship, sort of like this podcast.
Whoa.
This movie was made on a modest budget, and it was really a breakout success at Sundance, actually, which is happening right now in present time, and launched the career of the legend Peter Dinklage. Boys, how are we doing today? I'm joined by Danny O'Sheen, calling in from the center of the weather storm.
Yeah, I'm about to get fucked. We often do rest in pieces on this episode, and unfortunately, I do have an RIP to share with the world. RIP to the cat Khaleesi. You were a good, pretty girl. It was 7 good years, baby.
Who's that?
I love you. My parents' cat died last night.
Oh, the one that was with you?
No,
not the one that was living with me.
That's okay. I thought that was Sophie.
Yeah, Sophie's still alive. Although
Sophie
the
there
South
to
tried to
witness
take
it.
Sophie as well. But no, Khaleesi is now dead. Rest in peace. You were a good girl. Other than that, trying to think of any
Did
announcements.
Sophie witness the death? Oh, mashallah.
Well,
Wait,
no,
the cat died in front of the other cat?
No, the cat was taken to the hospital and
Euthanized.
Strangled.
euthanized. So rest in
Sorry,
peace.
Khaleesi.
Rest in peace,
Is
Khaleesi.
that
Dedicated
a
to
Game
Khaleesi.
of Thrones reference?
It is a Game of Thrones reference, and it was very funny because my parents named her Khaleesi like early seasons of Game of Thrones, and then Khaleesi becomes a genocidal maniac, and it's like sick.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And Peter Dinklage connection.
And a Peter Dinklage connection. Thank you for bringing it home, Tim. And with that, we're going to throw it over to J-Rod.
Well, Danny, I'm really sorry to hear about your loss, but in some religions, with a loss is a new birth, and there we got the new conception of the new member of the Vance family. Shout out to Usha and JD.
Did they actually have a kid?
They're going to in July. So
They said they're expecting?
Mm-hmm. Yes. So
Is that number 4?
Number 4. So
Usha looks good for 3 children.
They always, yeah. She's a strong woman.
Boys, on the binary, 0 or 1 for Usha.
Actually,
Vance.
really, I don't even know what she looks like other than in Hillbilly Elegy. So
she looks good in Hillbilly Elegy, the actress.
Oh, I haven't seen.
She is on the binary where she could have been the female lead in finding comedy in the Muslim world, and would have I said giving that actress a run for her money.
Finding comedy is called Looking for Comedy in the Muslim World.
Finding Nemo.
I thought he was going to say Finding Nemo.
I got something messed up there. I knew it when I was saying it. Yeah, but I am also going to be in some of this nasty storm. Got my firewood ready to go, my gas burners, and my little puppy dog.
Aren't you in a hotel right now?
I'm in a hotel. I have backup homes. I have backup vehicles. We're ready to roll. And of course, I got one bullet saved for myself if it gets to the
Nice.
final end of this all. But yeah,
And then your dog can eat you. Like
Yeah, do you have one for the dog too?
No, I was just gonna give her chocolate and call it a day.
Dude, I wish it was so easy to commit suicide for humans that you could just eat chocolate and die.
Well, there are poisons you can do.
Yeah, but it doesn't taste
It's just like
good.
you could do pills like Olivia did in the movie. That might give you a tummy ache.
Spoilers. First off, I did want to show a quick video, actually, 2 videos to show, because they're actually relevant to the pod. Not necessarily related to this episode, but I think it's worth showing. So I'm going to first show This video, and you guys should see my screen.
Viral hog.
Viral hog, guy goes ballistic at a Broadway show. Let's hope you guys can hear it. Tell me if you can hear it.
There's security over here now. Because these ladies and this whole section's gonna vouch for it. You wanna make a scene? I'm gonna make a scene. Mess with my teenage nieces again.
What do you say? Mess with my what?
Teenage nieces.
I need
Oh, I
here,
saw
here,
this.
security. I need security right here. Because this whole section knows they've been loud and obnoxious. Now they want to use profanity in front of my nieces. I'm so sorry. What's this for messing with my teenage
Is this during the show?
I think intermission. Or maybe beginning. No, the show had already happened.
Okay.
So this was actually during a showing of Mamma Mia at Broadway. So that's
Mamma Mia back on Broadway.
The group behind them was singing during the showing. So
Fucking guillotine.
Guillotine the father, the man?
The man and the
uncle.
people singing. Actually, everyone who paid money to see Mamma Mia.
Yeah, so this whole group, you could see, I think it might be this one.
There's some milk cannons in that frame.
Really? Well, it is Mamma Mia. And take a look at the whole crowd, very, very white. I think it's because we've talked a lot about Mamma Mia. I thought you guys would find this interesting.
More importantly, is this man wearing a sweatshirt to Broadway?
And a hoodie.
Yeah, you can wear a sweatshirt to Broadway. Oops.
All I've thought about for hours.
Oh my God, it's playing our Mamma Mia. Okay, there we go. Yeah, he is.
Is this actually Broadway?
Yes, apparently it's actually Broadway.
God damn, the decline of America is so.
You think people should wear suits and like top hats to Broadway?
Yes.
Dude, they're buying
And,
tickets.
like, planes? What do you wear on the plane?
In Times Square.
What do you wear on the plane? You wear the suit on the plane.
Check out this big guy, big hoss.
He's ready to fight.
Oh no! Look at
kid-
the boss behind her, or behind
This kid's
him.
wearing a nice sweater. Oh, you're
Yeah,
talking
he
about
looks
this
good.
one.
Yeah, there's a
I
lot of
didn't
big
know
bodies.
you. Wait,
in
John,
this.
is that you in the sweater?
Right here?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was actually there with my
Did she have a hijab on?
little cousin.
No, that's her hair.
It's her
There's a
hair.
lot of big bodies in this image.
Woman's wearing a
Average
flannel?
BMI of a Mamma Mia fan is crazy.
Hey, that's not good.
All right. Now
Let's
there's
see.
a
You got a
second
second?
thing I want to show.
Uh-oh.
Because
Uh-oh.
Scott Adams did die last week, and I went down I did a deep dive on Scott Adams. Because I loved the man, and I found this video of him showing off his house, and I know you guys also are sort of fascinated with Scott Adams as well. So I just want to show off
So I'm going to take you outside.
his
now.
home, and
Interesting. He has an air compressor.
Dude, he's
he's
got
got
a
a
big
very
ass
nice
house.
home. He's got a
Normally
nice
the
house. This
cover
video is
would
very
go over
good.
The pool,
There's two things
but
I want to show in this.
for water conservation reasons.
One is pool related.
And
I'll jump ahead
I'm
a
going
little
to take
bit.
you out here
Yeah, here it is.
so you can see the reverse view of the back of the house.
Look, he's even got the pool cleaner thing.
Some of you might recognize.
Look what
Is
he's
that supposed
got.
to be that character?
Tower up
It's
there.
Dilbert.
It's
He's a
Dilbert.
Dilbert
Hey,
facade.
guys, looks like somebody
Okay,
you've seen before
that I wanted to show up. I also wanted to show off this.
many years ago.
Okay, he's showing off a guest room,
Here's the
whatever.
view from the
Wells
Of course he's
Fargo.
wa-
I thought he had a Wells Fargo in his house right there.
He has
giant-
he has Fox News on
Got a
every
jacket.
television.
Wow.
That kind of tells you a lot about Scott Adams.
that'll
I
make
hate
more
that
sense in a
bedspread.
minute. All right, every
Gross
room
tile.
What's this?
or every house needs to have at least one room that you didn't expect. Here's the room that you didn't expect.
Bro has a
Whoa.
tennis court in the house.
That's pretty sick.
Oh, what's the light?
Legend.
The
But
lights
you
are
didn't see
making that
this coming,
noise.
did you?
Yeah, there's a buzz.
So it's got a little.
Basketball.
What is that noise?
This
Tennis
is a
court in
pool
the
under
house is
tennis-
kind of sick.
But yeah, I just wanted to show that off and get your guys' thoughts on two of those features of Scott Adams' house.
We just saw two different versions of America right there.
Yeah, he really is doing the high-low pretty nicely.
Yeah.
You know?
Which it's got me thinking that house, and trying to relate it back to the film. Would Finn's character like to live in a place like that? Or what would be the unexpected room in Finn's house? I'll say that. That would be the question.
It's a train room.
No.
Well,
it would be like a horse stable because of his random high thought about how horses are cool.
Or it could be blimps. He could be getting a blimp room. He seems to have a leaning now.
No, blimps were in the earlier videos. The Mamma Mia fans that were the blimps.
Yeah, those are a couple.
He just gets into fat chicks. He does have a type.
Who?
Skinny
Finn.
blondes?
Scott Adams?
Finn.
Skinny
Finn.
blondes?
Yeah. All right.
think people-
Tim,
I think
you want to set us up for the film?
Yeah, we can just jump in the film. Let's just go through it. There's not a
Yeah,
lot
Tim
of
just lapsed into college Tim, where he would just show you strange YouTube videos, and you would go,
I thought that was gonna get
He
more.
was
of a
He's like,
excited
fuck
to
the
show
pod. I'm going back to my
He-
roots.
He literally has Dilbert on his house and a private tennis court. Anyway, all right, let's just talk about the film. Let's jump right into it. Peter Dinklage, his name is Finn Barr.
No.
also knows-
You're supposed to ask us our previous
Oh,
experience
have
with
you
the
ever watched
film.
this movie? Have you ever? Oh yeah, Danny.
No.
We know your mommy likes this movie.
But I don't think I said that on air.
Keep the mic away from the mouth.
I don't think I said that on air.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you did.
Yeah, so I've seen this film before when I was younger. It's one of my mom's favorite films. And for a while, it was top 10 of my favorite films. Maybe
Really?
top 5.
Oh.
Yeah. Yep. But I haven't seen it in a long time.
What about J. Rad? This is when he
Never
lies
seen
about
it.
seeing the movie before. Oh, okay. He hasn't seen
Never
it.
seen it. I
This
thought
is
I
when
did.
he goes,
but
I've seen the entire filmography of Tom McCarthy.
Nope.
Yeah. What do you know about Tom McCarthy? Anybody?
Spotlight. He did Spotlight. He wrote
Yeah,
for
that's
The
the
Wire
only
a
thing
little
I know
bit.
about him.
He wrote for The Wire a little bit.
Right.
Oh, I didn't know
SVU
that.
maybe as well.
It's interesting because Spotlight has a total different flavor than this film.
Yes.
But at times it's almost about isolation as well. Spotlight is. So it's kind of interesting.
I don't really remember Spotlight. That's the one about how Jared's people touch kids.
Yes. Our
Yeah.
people.
Our main sponsors
Let's talk-
of the pod.
Yes. Let's talk about the start of the movie. Hard cut. Finn, Peter Dinklage, is smoking a dart on the roof. He's smoking a cig. There's a lot of cig smoking in this.
Yes.
We learn that he works at a model train store with an elderly black man. What is that man's name?
Don't remember.
Don't remember. But we see it's sort of a day in the life. He's working at the store. A kid is staring at him. And then we quickly get an idea of how society is treating Finn because he is a little person, correct?
A dwarf, a midget.
A dwarf, which I don't really know what the.
So I went into a deep dive, as Danny says, of what is the proper terminology. Well, the medical terminology
Yes.
is dwarfism. And then how, because we had this argument towards the end of the previous pod of like, is little person proper or not? And most of the community, at least across America, it's dependent on the person of if they like the term little person. But if you call someone a dwarf, it's not seen as like that offensive. Now, the key part about it though, is that's not their core identity. It's like, you don't go say, oh, the dwarf at the bar. You'd say Finn at the bar. And just like someone
But
who
if I
has
saw a
Remember
tall
that show,
guy, I'd
Little
be like,
People, Big World.
yeah, I
Finn,
watched
who
Little
is-
Big Word. I watched
Finn,
a lot
Finn
of that
who is
show.
also
I
a
watched all
dwarf.
that too.
That husband in Little People Big World, I don't care if he was little. He was an asshole. Matt
Yeah.
or something.
I don't remember exactly. They had a lot of kids.
They had 3 kids, and one of them was little, and the other 2 were normal sized.
Which I never knew that was a thing until I saw that show. That like
Dude, that was
awesome.
the golden era of TLC. Johnny K plus 8. Oh, man.
My
Absolutely.
800-pound
Good shit.
life.
I didn't watch that one. I mostly
I
watched
wa-
Johnny K plus 8. The one about fashion. The one about wedding dresses.
What not to wear?
Yeah, what not to wear.
Oh,
wedding
Four
dress
Weddings.
one.
Did you ever watch Four Weddings?
No, I watched the wedding dress one. What's that one called?
Oh, Say Yes to the Dress.
Say Yes to Dress and Little People, Big Worlds. That was a strong foursome.
Yeah, we watched a lot of TLC in my home.
Yeah, ladies loved TLC back in the day.
I was thinking of this when we see Finn getting called names by children, right? They're calling him Snow White and the Seven Dwarves, like Dopey or Sleepy. Kind of a good burn, just pretty good. People are talking behind his back at the supermarket, or they don't see him when he goes up to the register. We quickly get an idea that he's not treated well. And it made me think, what do you think is the worst in Hoboken?
Mhm.
What do you think is the worst possible time to be a little person in all of eras, in all of time? I think it would be late 90s, early 2000s New Jersey would be the most difficult time to be a little person. That's the peak of bullying. Bullying was in its peak.
I would say probably late 19th century, early 20th century, where you had the like Barnum B. Bailey circus, and he coined the term
good
midget.
call, Jared. The exploitation period, yeah.
Yeah,
But they're making money then.
I don't think so, but maybe a little. But yeah, that part would be probably the toughest because like prior to that, people just knew dwarves, and they were locally known. There was not a national dwarf figure. And now when people see you, there's an expectation of like you're a carnival attraction or a freak show as they advertise then. And probably eugenics probably caused them to be like forced sterilized and everything too, or a bunch of sad shit.
Oh Jesus.
So yeah, but the 90s were bad, Tim.
On the part about people talking about him and he hears it, there's that one part in the grocery store where the husband says something to the wife like,
yeah,
kind of
like
quietly.
Get a load of this guy.
Yeah, and obviously Finn hears it, and it made me think about all the times that I talk shit about someone relatively quietly in a public place, and I'm thinking, oh, they probably hear that every time. And so that scene alone made me be like, maybe we all need to be kinder to one another.
Yeah, absolutely.
This
film is an eye opener, Jared.
Like I was just in a grocery store with a buddy like 20 minutes before the pod, and there was a guy wearing a black jacket and brown shoes, and my buddy goes, "Black jacket and brown shoes? That's a bold choice." I'm like, dude, you can't say that. That guy's going to be.
Who cares? Why is he
his...
judging a brown shoe, black jacket?
You shouldn't be wearing brown shoes and a black jacket.
When I was watching this, I was going on my daily binge of ICE footage in Minneapolis, and it was people swarming Greg Bovino and calling him names and like calling him midget.
Did you just say my daily viewing of Minneapolis?
His
Jared,
daily.
You got to turn off the internet. You got to turn off the internet.
I have an illness right now. I'm deranged. I have derangement syndrome.
You do. It's been so bad for years now.
It's peaking, man. But yeah, but like Greg Bovino just shrugs it off. He kind of tunes him out, and I think Finn has the same characteristic. It probably gets to him, as we know. It's always his insecurity, and that's why he's very asocial, as described, and keeps himself in his hobbies. And even when he's in like the train store, like the little boy who just like stared him down as he was going to the back room, which it makes me wonder how many people who have these who have I don't even call it disability. They have these what's a different term than disability?
Challenges,
abnormalities.
They have a challenge, but challenges. How they just work in the background at a lot of places, and we just have no idea. Imagine how many telemarketers are calling you from like the Philippines who are probably a little person on the other line.
Well, all people in the Philippines are little people.
I set you up on that. I teed you up.
No, on that point, like I think the visibility of challenges is interesting in this film because Peters are very visible to everyone. Finns are very visible to everyone. But his co-stars also have their own challenges that are less visible. And some of them are kind of more severe, you might say, than actually what's going on with Finn. And so it makes you think about how like those little side comments that you don't think a lot of are also hurting people in other ways, like
unknowingly.
Yeah.
Finn's the strongest character in this whole film.
No, Bobby Cannavale is, but we'll get into it.
Oh, it's so true. So Peter and his boss, Dinklage, Finn, and his boss, and pretty much his only friend. He's the only person who's sort of nice to him.
That and the train club.
Right, they host a train club, but it's real dull, boring shit. It's almost funny how dry it is, where it's a guy filming a train going into a tunnel.
But it's so sweet.
I mean,
some could say this pod is potentially worse than that train club, so be careful, man.
It's true, but you have to be a special autistic to really be into that one.
Dude, all three of us were like 2 bad days away from being in a train club.
I think I'm way closer.
2 good days.
I mean, my birthday party when I was like 3 or 4 was just a train ride with my parents.
Danny, you know that one.
Everyone did that at 3 or 4, though.
But the one guy who's in the army with me, who's like insanely into trains. He graduated from the same school. You hated him in like one of your philosophy classes. We'll talk later. But anyways, I know several army people.
He was in my Marx class, the one in my Marx class.
Yeah, and he's
that sucked.
Like grossly into trains. Like the people who memorize the routes and the times. No, but there's a lot of functional train enthusiasts, train chasers.
Oh, among us.
Yeah.
It's a very like common fixation.
Yeah,
they are cool.
And there are good YouTube channels of people. I mean, we've gone over YouTube vids earlier of people just filming trains and testing out the new Amtrak cars, and God bless them. Those are good vids.
You need those people in society. I'd rather take thousands more train chasers than another Nick Shirley.
But you don't find people obsessed with planes the same way.
Yes, you do.
No, yes, you do. The plane people are more so on Twitter.
Me and Jared were at some weird place where he took me to look at water depths one time in the DC area.
And there's plane chasers.
We were like at a park. Yeah, there was a group of people that were in a parking lot just watching planes taking off and landing. Yeah, with binoculars. Yeah.
And then there's boat people like me. I'm a big boat watcher. Like when I'm up, I go to this one brewery up in Cleveland. I just watch big freighters go up the Cuyahoga River, and it's like that's what I do for an hour. Christ,
you shouldn't have shared that on the internet, bro. When you're the marriage ends, it's gonna be dry. The phone's gonna be dry after
that. Yeah, but Finn and his boss, they take a smoke break during this train club meeting. They're just boys. They're hanging out. Next day, there's a thud in the main room at the train store. He's dead. His boss is dead. Hard cut. Richard Kind is discussing his inheritance. What is that called? What is that job called?
He's the executor.
The executor. Essentially tells him the store is going to be sold in 6 weeks. Everything's going to be liquidated, and the boss has left him an old train depot in rural New Jersey. What would you guys do if you got left this? It would be kind of cool.
Well, so it's weird because why does he sell the business and kind of fuck over Finn, but then give him a random...
Maybe he knew this is what was best for him.
It could have also been like an old will where like maybe he was hoping a family member would take it over or something because they mention he has children. This is actually a challenge of a lot of small businesses in their like post-mortem transition strategy is that they don't have it determined well. Some people, people can relate.
I'm surprised their storefront is like it looks like it's on a main street and it's
okay. That's a question I have.
It has customers.
There are multiple small towns within my county that are like populations of 30 to 50,000, and there's a model train store like that always on the main street. How are they holding up that like window space?
Well, it's Ohio. That's the answer.
It's like a Bobby Bacala from The Sopranos.
Yeah, he died it there.
Like those places have to be turning a profit or something.
They still exist. They're
expensive. I think trains are expensive. It's a niche hobby. Yeah,
but I don't think I've ever seen one.
I see.
My trombone teacher when I was growing up had a model train set in his basement.
And did you go there? Why were you in his basement? Why were you in the basement of the trombone?
Because that's
was this where the sleepovers?
Did he touch your trombone?
No, he was very. I hope he's still alive. Whatever. Anyways, he had a train set. Also relevant because we saw a Woody Allen film and supposedly he touched whatever her name is while she was.
Sun Yi?
He's like, look at that train.
It was during a train set?
Yeah,
That's
he
a
was like,
weird
"Watch the
fact of that story.
How do you know that?
You guys didn't watch the HBO doc?
I do, but I
No.
can't remember that specifically.
That's a big part of it. Is he's like, watch the train, and then he's touching her.
Oh, fuck. Yes, you're right. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Well, Finn immediately goes to the depot. He goes, I'm just going to walk there. I'm going to live at the fucking train station. Sets up his bed on the couch. It's kind of a sick... It's probably cost $500,000 to live there now, you know, on Zillow.
Well, so yeah, I had this thought as well. I was thinking, wow, back at like nowadays, those things get scarfed up by some like conglomerate and turned into some shitty
yuppies.
coffee shop.
Yeah. Oh, it would be a coffee shop. Absolutely.
But this
Well,
is before the
staggering part to this-
financialization of every piece of property imaginable.
Finn, I wonder like what his savings are because the property tax on this is going to be outrageous. It was on almost over an acre, I think they said, right?
Half an acre.
Well, it's true. Where's his money coming from? Is he on disability?
How does he take nothing with him?
He's a simple.
He's a minimalist.
simple-
He
walks
all of his
the right
stuff
way.
is a lot. All of his stuff is a lot smaller, so he doesn't have to carry that much.
Oh, there's some interesting dams near Newfoundland.
Don't say that. Okay. He wakes up the next day and we're introduced to Joe, who again, as Daniel mentioned, played by Bobby Cannavale. Is that how you say it?
Cannavale? I'm not sure.
Cannavale.
We've
Who's
seen
running-
him in the pod before, yes?
Have we?
I'm not sure.
He's very recognizable.
I
just
feel
as
like
an
we had a
actor.
conversation about him maybe on the pod.
He's a scene stealer whenever he's in a movie, you know? He's got a great attitude, great affect.
Well, he was in Will and Grace. That's where you might remember
interesting.
him from.
I didn't watch Will and Grace.
I
He's
did
running
on
his
my
dad's.
phone.
He's running his dad's food truck, selling some coffee. It seems to be Puerto Rican cuisine, and he's been out there
Cuban.
6 weeks as his.
They made that a big deal that it was Cuban the whole time. But
I
go
thought it
ahead.
was Puerto Rican. I saw a Puerto Rican
Wait up.
flag.
That was Cuba, but yeah, go ahead, continue to undermine.
Ay,
Cuba.
claro que sí. Hey. Okay, Cuba. And his dad's in the hospital. He's sick. But it's clear from the onset that he's interested in Finn and wants to chat him up. But Finn has a big wall in front of him for the first 30 minutes of this movie, right? Won't let him have it. It's also at this point early on, we get a slight idea of the soundtrack. What did you guys make of the music in this film?
So I
That
think
was
that's
actually-
actually part of the reason why my mom really likes this movie is because of the soundtrack. Because it's like her style of music. And
Yeah.
it's all an original score. Did you notice that?
Oh,
I didn't notice
okay.
that,
So
but it
it's
makes
all,
sense.
It's all created for the film, which is
The
impressive.
songs were
'cause
like
it's not-
quite
like, a
literal
lot of
for
times-
the scene.
Well, but a lot of times, like fucking Andre Desplat is probably going to win the Oscar for scoring for Frankenstein, right? And it's just like random classical that is kind of honestly garbage and like whatever. They just throw it at the movie.
I
Whereas
think
this
the
is
Marty
like-
Supreme guy's going to win Best Soundtrack, but that's
Oh,
just
one
besides the
no
point.
tricks,
1-0
point
tricks
never.
point never, yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, maybe. But the point is, like, you don't really see like someone making like indie folk for an
Right.
entire soundtrack of a movie.
Yeah.
Like that's a pretty impressive undertaking.
Absolutely. And right, every song it has like maybe 2 instruments, maybe there's a 1 incident, so there's like 3 instruments. And it almost reminded me of King of the Hill at some point, those transition scenes where it's like the end of a scene or the beginning of a new scene where there's just a guitar strum and it really sets the mood. I mean, it's great.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Jared, any thoughts?
I actually did not care for some of the songs, and especially later as like people are like about to attempt suicide and also get
Unalive
really drunk.
themselves.
Unalive themselves. The songs are like quite literal in their lyrics, so I thought that was a little
Lyrics.
lyrics.
Lyrics. There were no lyrics in this
Are
movie.
I thought are we talking score or soundtrack?
For all intents and purposes, they're the same thing in this movie.
Okay. Well, I'm more so going to any of the soundtrack that actually had like true songs to it rather than just like what a score is, which is just music, no lyrics. Right?
Gotcha. Sure. I was
I was
thinking
that
the
it was my
music
least
in the movie.
it was
I was
my
thinking
least
the
favorite
music
part
in
of
the
the movie.
movie.
Actually, it was my least
What?
favorite part on this movie. I liked a lot. Yeah, I made a very special note of that.
Okay, so
I
that's
love when
it.
Jared hits you with the craziest left field shit. It's so good.
All right. Yeah. So Finn is walking to the store, and he actually almost gets fucking murked by this Jeep that's swerving in the road. I mean, I thought they were going to hit him. He needs to dive out of the way. This woman comes out. Her name is Olivia, and she's checking on him, apologetic, and Finn's just like, I'll just leave. She's being really weird. I thought she was on drugs, you know. I thought she was really intoxicated. Finn gets to the store eventually, and the owner is like, looky, takes a picture of him. That's insane behavior.
Yeah.
Unless she does that with all the customers, but she doesn't.
We do this today all the time, more than that, to normal people.
And it's with your phone, so it's not noticeable.
But you wouldn't with your phone say looky.
Yeah, the looky part is very. I think that happens less often. That's pretty wild.
Yeah, there's a lot
Insane
of filming
behavior.
of strangers in public these days, though.
Yeah, something comes with the territory. And then Olivia goes to Joe's to get a coffee, and she goes, "Oh shit, the little guy lives there. I almost just ran him off the road." That'd be kind of like, "Oh god, now I can't go to this coffee shop anymore," you know.
Yeah.
And on the way back, Olivia, who by the way is played by Patricia Clarkson, she spills her café con leche and does the same fucking thing, like swerving, and almost hits him. He has to dive out of the way. I laughed. That was kind of funny.
Yeah, there's a lot of like chuckle moments in this movie that's relatively dark.
And again, she's really apologetic. Like, I know where you live. Let me just drive you home. And he's like, no, like, just get out of my way. His wall is still up.
I like it.
And
how
I wouldn't
pissed
drive
he's
with
getting.
her.
I like how pissed he's getting that so many people already know so much about him, and he's only been in town for like 12 hours.
Right. They got his name and like where he lives.
Right, he goes to escape, but he ends up not really like the opposite of escaping.
Yeah.
Yeah, he gets found.
Yeah. Joe keeps prodding. He's like, he wants to get a drink with him. Finn isn't interested. He says he walks alone and he prefers it. And Finn just spends his time checking out trains. And I'm getting the idea he's a bit special for that because it's hard to be that into trains. We're also introduced to this young girl. Her name is Cleo, who follows him on the tracks at this point. And Finn turns around and says hi, and she runs off. But Cleo is a recurring character here, that little girl.
I like the character, like in sort of Cleo, non-consequential, but kind of fills in some good voids.
No, extremely consequential.
Why is she consequential?
Because the end with the classroom.
Because of the payoff at the end.
Yeah, it gave Finn some strength.
Well, the main character arc is kind of that he overcomes his lack of sociality, and that's
Asocial.
most clearly typified by him going up to talk in front of the class. And the reason he does that is because he like starts to like kind of fuck with people, including Cleo.
You know what I really like about Finn is his wardrobe. The man is well dressed in a town of trash.
That's so
beautiful
true.
dress shirts.
And let's talk about Dinklage's looks a little bit more. Did anyone have a moment during this film where they went, you know what? He's pretty fucking handsome.
He's handsome. I like his chin.
Great chin. The librarian, Emily, was spot on about that chin.
But he's a handsome guy, and so it makes me wonder, like, there have been other little people actors in the past. Is the reason that he took off because he's handsome?
It's got to be
compared to
his bravado. He's a good thespian bravado.
So this is part where I made a comment last episode that Peter Dinklage. I was a little upset that they didn't cast him in any Munchkin character in Wicked. And I understand why he chose not to be a Munchkin instead of CGI goat, because his voice is a voice of gold.
Because his voice is the voice of gold?
Yeah, it's amazing. And even though this is a movie of very little dialogue from him, he is when he speaks, you know exactly where it's going. You feel it. Nothing ever actually felt scripted coming out of Peter Dinklage.
Oh, he's
from
a
this entire
tremendous
film.
actor.
Yeah, I felt he was a
he-
real person in this movie, where like his cast from Olivia to Joe, to Emily, you could tell they're acting.
It's interesting.
I mean, Olivia's definitely the best of those.
I would agree.
Yeah.
Not disagree. Yeah.
Yeah.
But her role calls for it, and I don't think Joe's role necessarily calls for it. I don't know. I think they all act well. Maybe
Joe's high
Cleo
on
doesn't
life.
act that well, but she's a kid.
You
Yeah,
know
I
who
think
does act well?
like we know Joe's.
Yeah.
I don't think that it felt so silly that it was unbelievable. I've met a lot of Joes in my life.
Right. I like Joe's.
Interesting
Joe's are
spot where Joe put his coffee truck. Like this, this guy is just trying to pass time, dealing with his like dying father, or whatever. This dad with like illness.
He can't
But
get
I
much
love-
business.
There's any like to turn down business when people wanted to buy like a soda playing soccer there. Like, all you got to do is just go to your fridge.
Right. Right. And he
How
says
is
he
he-
lives in Manhattan. He says he lives in Manhattan, and it's like,
But he's
what?
staying with his dad. I wish they would introduce this to the dad. I was a little disappointed at the bar scene.
I know.
when
I
they
think
did
that's
that.
powerful to not show the dad. I think it's a right choice.
Or do you think Joe is like Vito from The Sopranos and he's trying to hide out in a small town?
And he's
No, it's all
and he's with the
real.
fire chief.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone's so very honest with each other in this. And another example is when Olivia stops by and brings a bottle as the housewarming and also sorry I almost killed you gift. She reveals that her son had died 3 years ago. She's obviously on pills. I think she drops pills at some point.
Yep.
She falls over looking at a what the hell? What is she knocked over? She knocks
Some
over
cupboard
something.
type thing.
And she's like, I gotta go to bed on the couch. Which Joe is like, hey, Olivia, you missed the train last night? Pretty good, zinger.
Yes.
And then he's ragging on Finn because he's like, how did you just bag this baddie?
I love how this town just thinks Finn came in and within 12 hours is just slinging dick all over the place.
Oh, he is.
This guy's body count is just going up.
He's got
Right.
quite a way with women.
And
I-
the war of Musk.
But he doesn't have an appetite for them, and maybe that's what it is he shows the
It's
distance.
the
No, if he
trains.
has an appetite, he has like a repression or a hang up about having sex.
Olivia left her phone at the house, though. So Joe knows where she lives. Finn's going to go drop it off. Let's see. He does drop it off. It's pretty nice. Pretty nice of him to do that.
Beautiful house, by the way. Lakeside.
Oh, it's great. It's her ex-husband's house, or soon to be.
They're separated or something. And she's trying to become an artist. She has all these sad paintings.
The paintings are good.
Oh,
Yeah,
they're
they make
sad.
a comment later. I thought the paintings were kind of cool.
Yeah, they're good.
There's Finn tries to check a book out at the library, and the library gets the shit scared out of her. And then it's like, you need a piece of mail to prove that you live here to get a fucking library card. It's like, are you fucking kidding me? Let the guy check out his train book. But Olivia repays him, checks the book out on his behalf, and drops it off at his house at the depot. That's very nice. These are nice gestures, but no one ever really says thank you in this film, or it's very rare. Did you
Finn
notice
does.
that?
Finn does.
No, I did not notice that.
They don't. They do a lot of gestures for each other and give things, which is nice, but no one ever says thank you. It's almost like they're so close almost. They don't need to. It's a very interesting.
Yeah, it's like less transactional, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
You know what's interesting
No,
is
yeah.
no one has an income in this movie besides the librarian for the most part. Joe barely does. There's no way he's breaking even.
Yeah, yeah, it's true. I mean, I guess the economy was in a better place where you could just
Yeah.
chill out.
I was also a little disappointed they had no reference to like 9/11 in this. Because this is New Jersey, you would think there'd be a little bit of anti-Muslim sentiment. They should have been looking for comedy in the Muslim world in New Jersey. Also, this part of New Jersey, you guys know Jersey better than me. Is this like realistic, like bumfuck New Jersey like type vibes.
Yeah, from
Yeah,
my
100%.
understanding, there are places like this in New Jersey.
Yeah, it felt like New
Like-
Jersey.
Like you had the rednecks
New
with,
Jersey
like, pickup
was, in
trucks.
fact, a character in this film.
Ooh, so
A different
true.
type of Jersey.
Yeah, but it's one that like I'm pretty familiar with. Yeah.
Well, that was interesting because even when we're in Hoboken,
Hoboken.
I thought, isn't that like pretty
Hoboken?
developed? Like, because it's right there next to the city. Like they made that shit look like a Rust Belt like bus town.
Well, we didn't see much of Hoboken.
No,
Yeah,
we
but Golden
didn't.
Spike.
And-
Yeah.
yeah.
That's a good point.
But Newfoundland, yes, I agree. Definitely sad, poor town, nothing going on.
Finn. Let's see. What can we jump to? Oh, at one point, two douchebags come to buy coffee from Joe one morning. And they're trolling Finn from afar. They're like, "Oh, look, it's fucking mini-me. Zip line. Bring your little buddy to softball later. Could you imagine him up at the plate?" And Joe doesn't like this, right? Joe's a nice guy. He's like, "Get the fuck out of here, fellas."
Joe
get-
only acknowledges the fact that Finn is small at this stage of the film.
Well,
No, he asks him later if
about that.
No, I know.
However,
I'm
had
saying
some
this is the
sex.
first time is after he
Mhm.
witnesses the bullying. That's the first time he basically is like recognizes or says something
Oh.
about him being. a
We
little
need more
guy.
Joes in this world.
The rest of the time, he treats him like a normal ass person,
yeah,
and that's why I think Finn opens up to him.
absolutely.
Well,
It
and
takes
you
a
can
while,
tell
though,
Finn
and it-
Finn was definitely suspicious because I'm sure there's plenty of people who betrayed Finn in his past and made fun of him and pretended to
Absolutely.
be his friend. Just like
Oh,
when
grade
he's at
school
the
was
bar
so
and there's
rough.
guys like patting him on the back, offer him a beer, but they're just like basically patronizing him.
smiling to your face and shitting behind your back.
hmm
You know,
We all have friends like that.
I don't.
Not anymore.
So Finn's watching trains by the lake, and Joe gets Olivia to drop him off there. And he's like, "When's the last train come?" Hour and 20 minutes ago. And so they're just like wasting time hanging out. There's a pretty good scene where a train finally goes by, and Joe's like psyched, and then he's just like, "What the fuck? That was it?" And it's like, that's how I would feel. Train was there for only 2.5 seconds.
There's only 3 cars on it.
Yeah, it's not that.
I like how he
exciting.
puts his fist up like a solidarity motion. That was funny.
And they run into Olivia on the walk home, and he's like, "You missed a great day of train watching," which is a funny thing to say. And he asks for a ride home, and then Joe cooks a meal. It looks great. These steaks? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, it didn't look that great to me.
It looked like it was
I haven't
made
had
in a
red meat
truck.
in a while. Sometimes truck,
Like that was
dude. That was good. I haven't had red meat in a while. I've been eating so much turkey, bro. Oh my god. Maybe that's why. It's at
Why
this
you
dinner that
worried about colon cancer? Can we discuss this
no,
on
I
the
just
pod? Or,
like
what's the
I
deal?
just don't eat as much red meat. It's expensive. Joe gets a call though and has to leave early. He doesn't even take a bite of his food because his dad needs medication. But Finn is actually opening up a bit more. He's talking about the train chasing and the clubs, but he can't do it himself because he doesn't have a camera and he can't drive a car.
He doesn't know how to drive.
He doesn't know how to drive. And so when Olivia is sitting next to Finn, they're sitting in relative silence, and she goes, "We don't have to talk. We can just eat. I'm cool."
I like
Yeah,
that.
sick.
I was like, that was
Finn
awesome.
says, "Okay." That's great. Sometimes it is nice to just eat in silence with
Also,
with somebody.
like, great film writing there. Of like, we're gonna have just sitting there eating, watching these people for a solid minute.
Right. I mean, the whole tone of this, the pacing, I said the word pacing, of this film is slow. This ain't Avatar, baby. You better live with these people.
Yeah,
James
it's a
Cameron
character
doesn't
study.
have shit on this. Yeah.
It's a character study of 3 people, and yeah.
Rolling Rock was the beer they were drinking at their little
It's a good beer.
plastic furniture dinner.
Yeah, it tracks regionally as well.
I like that. They did a good job.
I haven't seen Rolling Rock in a while.
It used
It's
to be
made
way
it
more
come.
popular a while ago.
Yeah, Western PA and Ohio, it's like still really big. I see it as like I feel like it might have surpassed PBR in this area.
Wow. That's high praise. Eventually, Olivia comes over to drop off a camera, but Finn and Joe aren't there. They're walking the right of way or whatever. And she meets Cleo, and Cleo's like, "You want to see my Spike collection?" And Joe and Finn come back. There's a note attached to the camera. It's like "Happy movie making" from Olivia. Pretty
Cute.
sweet. Another gift given without a
Which-
thank you.
I wanted Joe to make like a dirty comment, like, "Oh, you gonna make adult movies with that?" Because I still don't
Yeah,
think
you
he's.
would, you
I don't
little
think he's
freak.
convinced that like Olivia didn't boink Joe or just
Oh,
boink Finn in the
true.
beginning.
That's so true. Joe still wants to hang out with Finn. He's like, "Hey, you want to read in the lounge?" He won't talk, but he only lasts 9 minutes without talking.
The pocket watch, incredible prop, loved it. Had a great
Yes.
arc of itself.
So does the
Eventu-
reading. I think like I really like the message about reading here because like at first
It's
he can't read it all and he's looking bored. And then there's another scene where they're reading and he's
Yes.
halfway through that same book. And then at the hospital, motherfucker's many pages into a
Yeah.
completely different book. And I was like,
That
Like-
was nice.
that was really nice.
That's
And
the
I think
magic of reading.
we all need to sort of like emulate that nowadays. you know?
Stop watching ice
that is so
videos. Pick
true.
up a book.
And
I was
stop
thinking
stop
the
with the
same
audiobooks. The audiobooks are not reading. Like
Yeah, they aren't.
I was thinking the same thing. Like, watching this made me really remind myself that life can be taken slowly. I don't need to watch Minneapolis videos all day. you
It makes
know?
life go by
you
too
can
fast.
stare at nice scenery for literally hours. You can read a book for literally hours. You can go on a walk for literally hours. Not a cell phone in sight, not an earbud in sight. Like it's beautiful.
I love that Finn doesn't have a cell
People
phone.
just hang out. Like this is what you had to do back then is you had to get close to people because you couldn't boot up the streaming service.
And it's the people. It's so much more enriching to live that life. It makes you almost. It's a little nostalgic and like upsetting because of that.
Yes. 100% agreed. Like
Anyway.
the 2000s, like that's what we were doing in the 2000s was like I was reading, I was staring into space, I was walking around with the boys, like I wasn't doing
Riding
this
on a
bullshit
Razor
that I do
scooter.
now.
Bringing those days back.
Yeah. I think there. I mean, I think it will come back. There will be the Great Reset. So they start train chasing with. Oh, actually, Joe and Olivia. Joe calls Olivia after the reading the book, and they go walk the right of way. They chill on a bridge. They eat jerky together. Another gift without saying thank you.
And they kept demanding
Eventually, Joe-
more. I've been pissed. That jerky's not cheap.
Yeah,
It was
true.
cheaper
And
then. It was cheaper then.
Joe goes to play soccer with these kids back at the house. Olivia says he does enjoy life, which kind of sums him up. You know, he does enjoy life. But then she sees a small boy, reminds her of her son, obviously, who's dead. And she gets out of there.
How the
She
son die
skedaddles.
again? I kind of missed that part when she
Fell
was
off the
younger.
monkey bars.
Oh, really? That's what it was.
She said he falls off the monkey bars. She looked away for 1 second and he fell off the monkey bars. I thought that was a little unbelievable. Did you guys catch that?
I mean,
it was
head
gonna
injuries are like crazy like that sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah.
Sad.
Yeah, so they start train chasing, and Joe and Finn are using the camera, and they want to screen it at her place. She agrees. And when they come over, she's coming out of the shower. I was like, what the fuck's going on?
She was like, there was a lot of skin shown of her. from
There is.
her in
You could
this
see
film.
some back boob. You didn't get to see areola, but you got to see a little bit.
It was like it was strangely sexualizing of her. I felt, but yeah.
But
Well,
yeah, what
I
does
thought
it
it was
show
gonna-
that she? What does
What?
it show of her character that she's like bad with time, like she's kind of aloof, her mind somewhere
she's
else.
disorganized, her mind somewhere else the whole film.
Yeah, she's clumsy. We see her being clumsy all the time.
Yeah, she's on medication, people. This is what happens.
Well, and she's an artist as well, and so like there's things to come along with that as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so they all hang out at this great house, the getaway place, and they all sit down. They're smoking a joint. They say trains are really cool, so are horses. Here's the horses reference.
And they all fall
Finn
asleep there.
admits, they all fall asleep, and Finn admits, it's really funny how different people see me and treat me because I'm actually a very simple, boring person. That's what Finn says. And that's very interesting.
Danny, I was thinking of you hardcore when that was said.
Why?
And why is that?
Danny's a pretty boring, simple person when we think about it. He just wants a nice, warm little apartment, read his books, maybe go to a bar here and there with a beer, and like watch his Steelers.
You're right.
That summarizes his life. The man
And have a zen.
and have his in. He packing on the upper lip right now.
Yes.
Wow, he's blushing.
People are mean to you, and I think it's also you're asocial because there have been times where even your good friends Tim and I will ask you, "You want to go do something? You want to go for a walk? You want to grab a beer?" No, thanks. No, I'd rather not. I do this alone. And we're like, okay. Well, Tim and I we're enjoying life. You sometimes just want your solitude, which is okay. That's a personality trait that we're okay with. And then later on in the film, when Finn has his little outburst at the bar, that is also very Danny.
Oh, that was, I didn't think about that earlier.
But you think I'm simple and boring?
No, I don't think so.
I would, to most people, yes. But, we got to get you a little excited because Finn's also an exciting person when you break it down. Like, without Finn, what Joe's life is, I make coffee and I go take care of my dying dad. That's Joe's life. Finn brought excitement because hobbies bring something different in people's lives.
I think this is a good time for us to be which one of us is which character.
Oh, I already thought about this during the movie.
And I think you're onto something, Jared, where you are Joe.
Okay.
Because of your business ventures.
Mm-hmm.
And you're a little bit obnoxious.
And
I'm too happy sometimes.
Danny might be, I think he is Peter Dinklage, and that would make me Olivia.
I kind of wonder if, Tim, you're Dinklage and I'm Olivia.
I think Danny's more Dinklage. Tim, I actually took you more so as Henry, his Peter Dinklage's boss in the beginning of the film. He seems a bit more organized.
Yeah, I guess it's weird to be like, who's Olivia, who's Peter, because they have a weird mother, son, and
Look, Danny also has a lot of Olivia traits as well.
Yeah.
Actually, Danny, I'm starting to think you might have a multi-personality disorder.
Multi-character disorder.
Multi-character, but you do not have dwarfism.
He's not liking this one. All right, let's keep it moving here.
Tim's Cleo.
Olivia also... Olivia admits that she loves her ex, David, still. And Finn goes to bed in what looks like Olivia's son's bedroom, and there's a picture of the kid, and the motherly instincts are kicking in. They give a smooch though on the cheese, on the lips.
Yeah,
and this is when she said he fell off the monkey bars. Death by monkey bars. We're gonna have to look up Wikipedia how many children have died from monkey bars.
I wonder how many Taliban have also died by monkey bars, because that's a key training aspect of them.
Yeah, maybe at least one. The next morning, guess who shows up? It's Roger fucking Sterling.
Yeah, so crazy.
AKA David, also known as John Slattery. And he's like, what the fuck? What a crazy thing to run into. It's like this boisterous Cuban and a little person are like at your ex-wife's getaway house that like you paid for.
And she comes down in like kind of lingerie, swimwear. It's like, these guys just run train on my wife last night.
So good.
It's pretty legendary.
Like that was, I was dying in my hotel room, like watching that scene unfold.
It's pretty good.
What would
And
you guys do
John's-
if you walked down the stairs and if you walked into your partner's house and
I
saw
can't
that?
even imagine. I would be like, "What the fuck?"
I think his
I
reaction.
think I'd just
kinda
turn
sums
around
up-
and walk out. Honestly, yeah, I'd be like,
Well,
oh,
I like
no.
how Joe's eating like a bowl of cereal or oatmeal, and like
Oh, he's making himself at home.
he's doing an ocular pat down of this dude of like, you got a problem here? Like,
Yeah, that's good.
So
I
good.
love that
But they do fight. They have a pretty significant fight here that we don't see. Or do
because
we
she
see
still
it?
loves him. We
You
hear
just
it
the
for a bit.
yelling.
We just hear the yelling. This is also the next scene. Cleo's asking Finn to speak at her school, and he says, "It's something I just can't do." Cleo gets upset and runs off because Finn doesn't want to speak to kids. This is the last thing this guy.
This is
wants
also
to
a Danny thing. Danny, I feel like if you had to speak to middle school
do.
students,
He's a
you'd have-
teacher.
yeah, but he'd have a more. He would feel like he wouldn't want to compared to his typical audience. I feel like there'd be a little bit.
I
of a
will say I
stage
don't know
fright
how to
there.
speak to children. I don't know.
Yeah,
what to
I
do
think
with
there'd be a little
child.
bit of a stage fright thing.
Oh, kids are easy. Just watch 2 TikToks and like mimic the TikTok.
Tim's essentially handling this pod as if we're middle school students. How he's introduced it.
Yeah, start doing TikTok dances. Charlie D'Amelio, you could show him some Charlie D'Amelio videos. So Joe, also, this is where Joe asks Finn about his sex life. He's like, "You ever had sex with someone your size?" Which is a great question to ask a little person.
Well, first he
Yeah.
asked about, have you ever had sex? Have you ever had sex?
Right.
And then he goes, were they your size? Yeah.
No, he did not have
and
sex
It
with
is kind of an
them.
incel film in some ways.
Yeah, he is in celibate, and he says he doesn't want to talk about it with Joe. But Finn finally gets some mail. He's able to get a library card, and this is when the librarian is sort of macking on him and says, "You got a nice chin." And Finn actually tells us to Joe, which reveals that he's more open to talking to Joe. And Joe's
They're
like, "That's
boys
fucking
now.
weird."
They're boys.
They're boys,
They're like ride or die boys.
which is good. That's a good duo right there.
Yeah.
This is when Joe asks if Finn will join him at the bar later, and Finn finally says yes. But before we get to the bar, Finn is at the grocery store, and he actually overhears that Olivia's got a delivery, so he offers to pay for it and bring it over to Olivia. Another great gesture.
Also, think about this. Finn's like pace count or like how many steps he's getting in a day. This guy has to have amazing
3 times as
calf.
many as us. Oh, that's
Dude,
so
probably
true. I wish he was
20,000
wearing a
steps
Fit-
easily a day. Oh my gosh.
I wonder if he wears a Fitbit, because that would
And
be
because his
impressive.
his stride is smaller just because of his size. Like this man's doing double the steps. Seriously.
Absolutely. His leg muscles must be incredible, which probably makes him a good lay.
Whoa.
Finn pays for the groceries. And
Finn's
offers to give
definitely
it
a
to
doggy style dude. He's definitely does it from doggy.
No, he probably has to be on bottom.
You think he's a
Power
you know,
bottom.
I don't know if you get like if he does in his train car and he's on one of those benches.
I guess
or
you could
something.
stand in doggy style.
And go
Maybe
up to
that's
the
why
pencil.
he was.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why he was rearranging the seats, the booths inside the train car.
Oh yeah,
Is,
why was he doing that?
Yeah,
He
that part was confusing.
I
get to that
didn't. He
when
never
we
talked about him like renovating and refurbishing this like whole thing. Also, fuck Olivia for like being a painter and not coming like paint the outside of this station. I almost killed
That's
you
so
twice
true.
in my
I
car.
was like, when are they gonna fix up the house? They didn't really fix
The
it up.
nicest things they
Because
did
we
for
don't
this
even know
guy
if he
was
gets
like
electricity at any time.
no, I don't think he had electricity all throughout. I'm still wondering. Running water, I'm not certain on. There's so many elements here that I'm so confused by of what his
He
actual.
probably reeked. He
Yeah.
probably was a stinky.
How was he
smelly
doing
little
his
man.
laundry? He only had like 4 shirts or 3 shirts. Oh my! And he walked everywhere.
Yeah.
Dude, that guy's ball stink had to be terrible. But he had a nice chin.
Wait, there's a point I want to get across where he's dropping off the groceries at Olivia's, and Olivia's like, "How much was it?" She says $20. Imagine paying $20 for 2 bags of groceries. And then she closes the door. Again, no thank you. She's cold to Finn.
Yeah.
She said
Dude,
thank
it's
you.
really
No,
nice
she
thing.
said thank you. It was just not a nice.
She said thank you, but it was terse. You know, she subbed him.
She had her manners, and that's what I thought about. I actually made a note in this about like how it's important to still have manners even when you're having the worst day ever.
I mean, it wasn't very good manners. If you think that's manners, that explains a lot.
But she's also probably worried about like Finn falling in love with her. She talks
Well,
about
she's
later.
upset about her own shit.
Yeah,
She's
but
upset
like
about her own
she
shit.
probably is also afraid of like this complicated friendship she has while she's still in love with
Right.
her ex, and like her world's falling apart and she's grieving still. She's afraid of being open.
Which is the same thing Finn was, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Timing is everything, folks.
So at the inn, we're now at the bar, and Finn takes a seat and grabs a brew. Librarian shows up. She's also waiting for a friend. And this is when she reveals she's pregnant. This kind of came out of nowhere. And she hasn't told anyone yet, including Chris, who's one of the douchebags we met earlier. When they leave the bar, she offers him a ride home, but he declines. And this is when Chris shows up, actually throws Emily, the librarian, to the ground, and Finn gets in the way. But he gets pushed up against the car and is told, just go home. That's traumatic, what just happened. And Finn kind of crashes out, as the kids say, because of this. He starts tearing up the train car, blocking Joe out. He says, I want to be left alone, okay? And Joe's like, suit yourself, bro. This is Finn at his lowest, wouldn't you say?
It's interesting because we presume that his antisocial tendencies are due to the abuse he's taken throughout his life for being a little person. And he goes to this place, and there are people who don't really make that a big factor of their friendship, being Olivia and Joe. And so he starts to open up. Cleo's the same way, right? And so he starts to kind of act like a normal person because people are treating him like a normal person. But the thing that sets him back is this like violent episode. But the strange thing is that this violence actually has nothing to do with his dwarfism. Like, he's probably been beat up before in his life because of his dwarfism. But this incident is actually nothing to do with that.
Right.
But it still
They
sends
didn't
him
even
all
bring
the
it
way
up,
back.
really.
You know?
Why does it upset him so much then?
Well,
Yeah,
it's because
I don't.
he doesn't have, he's not in, he has no control. He realized he had this human connection. He wanted to stand up for this lady, Emily, and like there's really nothing he could do about it, even though he thought he could.
Oh, like it was like emasculating in some way or something?
Oh.
Yeah.
It could be that, plus Joe didn't actually show up. He could actually be mad about that.
Yeah,
plus
I think he's also
Olivia is also closing him out. So he's like, oh, it's happening again where I get tossed aside. Like, maybe, but it's not because I understand. I kind of agree where it's not about dwarfism, but it's maybe like how people, this is how constantly he's treated. And so maybe it's like,
like he's treated like a non-factor in that altercation, basically. Like he's just shrugged aside.
Yeah, just go away. This is for the grown-ups.
He's seen as like an accessory of the friendship of Joe and Olivia because they're just bored people. Joe has no one to talk to, nothing to do all day besides sell 2 coffees. And Olivia's just popping pills and painting portraits and crying and showering with a lot of nice back boob showing.
Right.
One thing I want to note, anyone hone in on the bartender at the bar?
Oh yeah, they
like gave her a lot of film time, and that was probably the most realistic like bartender of like small town crappy dive bar.
The bar.
Yes, I think that was the real bartender they casted.
I think we've met a bartender like that back in our day.
Yeah, so great job there. Also great dive bar. I think they probably used the real one in the town.
Yes, that was a good dive bar. It felt like a real dive bar.
Mm-hmm.
But before that happens, before we get back to the bar, Emily, the librarian, comes over to go see him for some reason, and she apologizes for Chris's behavior. They talk about how, dwarves, they retire early, common fact. Yeah, lazy dwarves.
Yeah, funny.
And then she asks if she could stay the night, but just sleep. So he's getting incelled again. He's getting cucked.
But he had a kiss before that.
They got a kiss. They had a nice little smooch. Kind of interesting.
Is the dwarves retiring early comment about the fact that dwarves have a shorter lifespan than average-sized humans?
I think so. I wondered that. I think it was just like a bit of like, I'm not working because I don't want to. I just want to watch trains.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think it was some morbid thing.
Okay.
That's crazy. Could be. Finn now after this conversation and time with her, he kind of has like revitalized, like, I need to go and talk to Olivia. He's waiting outside her house, kind of stalkerish, waiting for multiple days. He's in different outfits, like reading his train book outside her house. And he witnesses her having a very bad phone call. She's screaming about, I've known you for 17 fucking years. It's obviously she's talking to John Slattery. And Finn comes to confront her, and she lashes out. She says, I'm not your fucking girlfriend or your mother. Get out of here. Which you don't want to hear that from somebody. This is when Finn starts to spiral at the bar, and this is a great scene. Talk about good sound design. You hear all the murmuring at a bar, and it's almost like this schizophrenic, like hearing bad negative thoughts about yourself. And you get quick shots of these ugly townies, and they're smiling and like jeering at Finn, and Finn's throwing shots back, and he can't take any more of it. He stands up and he like throws his arms out like motherfucking Hamilton.
Maximus.
Or like
I was
the
gonna say
Titanic scene.
I would say Maximus from Gladiator.
Oh yeah. And he's like, here I am, take a look. Take a look. And he stumbles off the bar and he leaves. And the whole bar's like stunned that they just witnessed this. What'd you guys think of that?
Well, I liked it when he was getting off the stool. People in the town were nice and helped him off the stool.
Yeah,
because
that's
they're
true.
like,
They
"Oh,
kind
this
of
guy's
caught him and
hammered."
put it. Yeah, that was nice.
Mm-hmm. So part of me thinks that people aren't as bad as what, we might have thought in this town. There were the assholes like Chris, the bad boyfriend, and a couple others. But like people all in all across this town seem to be like, he's just a member of the community now. Potentially better than how he was being treated in Hoboken.
Yeah, no, but they were looking at him funny.
Well, I mean, it's like, what are you supposed to do? Not look at him? I look at almost anyone that walks into a bar.
Mm-hmm.
So you think he was overreacting with his soul scene of like, here I am?
No, I don't think so. But I'm just saying, perhaps too sensitive about the looking at me thing, because like the human eye is drawn to movement. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
We also like flipped the glasses off the bar and made a big crash.
Yeah, he made a scene, but he was trying to get a point across.
It was very well acted, though, this scene.
Absolutely.
You can, Jared suggested earlier that this might be Daniel-esque behavior. And, I think he captures that feeling of when you're like,
I've had it and I don't
self-destructing a
care.
bit.
Yep.
So, yeah.
And this, I really wish they would have played The Departed's Comfortably Numb in the background for this.
See, that would have been like poor. That would have been
cliche.
too on the nose. Yeah. The Departed version of I'm Comfortably Numb.
Yeah.
So Finn drunkenly walks home, and he falls on the train track.
Been
He
there.
sees a train light coming towards him. Like,
Been there.
he's gonna fucking die. Flash to white. He wakes up. It's the morning. He's fine. His watch is broken though. And I was watching this and I was thinking, is he like, maybe he's dead and this is post, like he's just seeing as a ghost almost what you see when you're dead?
Oh.
Could that be possible?
No, it's not possible.
How did the train not hit him?
Because he's small.
There's like Mythbusters that people.
The train went over him?
You lay the train between the rails that you can go right over if it doesn't have like one of those plow things on it. There's
That's
like
why in the cartoons, when they tie you to the train tracks, they tie you over the rails.
So you're saying he's so little that
normal sized people can do that. It has nothing to do with his length. It has to do with his height when he lies flat.
If he had a gut, he might be having a challenge. Good thing he's in nice shape.
But like cars are the same way. You can lay under a car. Like wheels, the whole point of wheels is that they lift the thing that is moving off the ground.
I understand how wheels work.
Well, isn't there no, I think in Mythbusters,
it's not like she's dragging
if a train's going too fast, the like speed could actually cause you to like be suctioned up into it.
I think the way you're drunk, you can't control your body. Like he's not perfectly aligned in the middle of the tracks lying down. Like he would be scruffed up at the very least, and
his
probably
watch got
like
it.
fucking dead. Yeah, his watch got it. Give me a break.
You know, this
And I think
threw
it's
me back
symbolic that the watch is.
to remember sophomore year when I had a train track incident.
No, what was your train check incident?
Danny remembers we were at a Rush event and Danny ended up in a worse state than me. But there was one point where I fell asleep on the train tracks for a little bit, and the one guy named Nick got me off the train tracks and back to my room safely. But I could have had my Peter Dinklage moment, and I don't think I had a self-destructive scene at a bar where I said, "Are you entertained? Look at me." But yeah, right. I felt the train thing is scary. Be careful drunk around train tracks because they are very magnetizing while you're
they hammered.
Are. They're an easy way to find your
walk on.
They're a great way to find your way home.
And they're really not blocked off. Like you can walk on a train track.
Often, yeah.
So that was very interesting. But he almost has a new lease on life because of this. He goes to Olivia's house and walks in. She's on the ground, and I'm like, uh-oh, Dunzo, dead. Took a ton of pills. It's when she reveals that David is having another baby, and she wants David back. I mean, it's very tragic to hear something like that, right?
Yeah, Roger Sterling, famously a powerful stick man. So
probably
she's mourning the loss of that.
Yeah, probably with his secretary. Yeah. So this is when we get a little montage. Olivia going to the hospital. Joe's back in the picture. And Finn takes care of her house a little bit, like puts dishes away, changes the sheets. Another very nice thing to do for a friend.
Yeah. It's actually very similar to in Another Round when Mads Mikkelsen goes over to the guy's house who's the alcoholic and he cleans everything up. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's a great gesture to do that to someone.
Yeah.
And they go pick up Olivia. This is the part where when Joe's reading the book again. He's reading a different book. That was a good catch by Danny when they're going to pick up Olivia from the hospital or whatever. And they take her home. And they're sort of like back all together. The gang's back. This is when Finn gives a presentation at Cleo's school. What did you guys think of the presentation scene? Jared, why don't you walk us through it?
Well, he started off very well dressed. If you're an adult going to speak to students, you need to dress to impress. And he starts off with the basic history of trains, saying the first train. What was the name of it?
Tom Thumb. Shout out to Relay, Maryland.
I killed a man with this thumb.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But he gets interrupted by a young man who asks how tall he is.
A little fuck.
Yeah. And the kid's like, I'm taller than you. Teacher handled
Jared,
it well.
Jared was that kid in school.
I'd always ask cops when they come to talk, did you kill anyone? Which, nice. If I'm at a career day and there's cops there, even as a grown adult, I might ask them that to the class.
Dude, I hope you go to a career day and someone asks if you killed someone.
Yeah, and you'd be like, no, I sat at a desk.
No, they only killed themselves.
Oh.
That'd be a good answer. Shut a kid up. But it was kind of interesting because they asked him about blimps. He gets stumped. I don't know if the presentation went any longer than that, but I thought he would just start chiming off with more and more train facts, and he handled it well, but it was not as exciting as I thought it was going to be.
But it's a big character growth moment for him.
It is. It's a big step that the fact he even showed up and handled like the first couple minutes of it was pretty solid.
Yeah, we think about the beginning of the movie. He's getting, called names by kids in like the second shot of the film.
Well, and now he cares about this little girl too, which is like very out of character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they all kind of like that little girl, Joe and Olivia too. They all are like, "Oh, this is a sweet girl."
Yeah,
absolutely.
Cute.
I also liked it that they did.
I wonder, is she still acting? Is she
Cleo?
She looks familiar, but I'm not sure.
She was in Precious. That was Precious.
I knew you were gonna fucking say that. That can't be true though, and I knew you were gonna say that shit. God damn it!
But okay, I was actually really happy. I thought they were gonna go pretty lazy here and have a whole like character conversation, dialogue between Finn and Cleo about like being probably one of the few like black students in the town. And they didn't go after that. I thought they were going to do that, and that would have seemed like a very character thing to do in like 2003. But I think they didn't need to even have that talk.
Well, this film is not gonna hit you over the head with like lessons. And
That's what I
lecturing you.
liked. They could have taken the easy road there, which they
Right.
didn't.
Yeah.
Oh, she was in the Nickelodeon show. Good Luck Charlie. She was in Good Luck
Oh,
Charlie.
good for her. She got some money off that.
Did you know
Good
she
for
was
her.
nominated? She received the Screen Actors Guild nomination for
For
her
this?
acting in The Station Agent. Yeah,
For
What the fuck?
this film was quite well received.
It got
Yes.
a BAFTA, didn't it?
big
bait?
BAFTA. This was. And I don't think it was much BAFTA baiting on this.
People love an independent movie.
Mm-hmm.
We're almost at the end here, so let me just wrap it up. Where they're back, all chilling at the house, all three of them, just chilling out on like nice chairs,
Smoking a joint.
smoking cigs. And Finn asks his friends, "Hey, when were blimps invented? You can go down and ask that hottie at the library." They'd start talking about librarian fantasies and like glasses falling out. And Finn's like, she doesn't wear any glasses, and I think Olivia's like, "Oh, buy her some. It's good. It's worth it." And that's the last thing that's said in the movie. And they're all together as homies, and it's really heartwarming. Like, I was touched by this. Cut to black, credits roll. That's the whole fucking movie. All in all, these people all found each other.
Oh,
These
no.
lost- What? He's gone. I was gonna say all these people. His computer died.
I'm back. It kicked me off the
All right.
Wi-Fi.
Well, listen. I thought this was a beautiful film with a beautiful message of friendship and how you can find acceptance amongst those who may be very different from you, and that everyone's going through their own personal struggles. And I think we all three are sort of station agents on our own, and we got to find each other. And this pod is helping us do that. And I hadn't seen this, and I really fucking enjoyed it. Does anybody? I love an independent film, and this is very early 2000s. Piece de resistance.
Yeah.
Any discussion questions or thoughts about maybe the ending that you guys had?
I liked, not really, the ending I'm okay with. Like, I thought it was a very appropriate way to end the film. I liked it how, we could have taken a very easy road of like Finn thinking like, I was cursed with this body. This is unfair for me. But it's never about like feel bad for who I am. I'm okay with who I am. I'm the boring guy. And I think that's what I'm going to use magnetize again. Magnetizes people towards him. Especially because I think Olivia and Joe are trying to figure out how to be happy in life. Joe is very much an externally happy guy, but you can tell he's trying to find these outlets to get joy, because obviously he's not happy with what he's got to deal with at home. That's why he's running a terrible little coffee truck. That's why he had to leave New York. Like, this is not the life he wants, and Finn's that little escape. Finn is the escapism for these two characters.
Oh, you think so?
Mm-hmm.
They're like almost using Finn in a way.
I think it's mutual. I think it's mutualistic. It's not a parasitic.
They all are
relation.
missing a piece in their heart of a little person, Finn-sized person in their heart, and he fits that puzzle piece just like they fit the puzzle piece for him.
It's beautiful.
And that's what friends do.
And it's interesting because the autism symbol is a puzzle piece.
Yeah, it is. Isn't that right?
I don't think he's autistic.
Danny-
There's no autism in this. Of course, there's
The
autistic
trains,
train
bro.
people.
The trains.
Yeah,
But,
trains
like-
are a dead giveaway.
But there's no other, like, he doesn't get overstimulated or anything. Like, this guy is not showing.
He does
any
get
other-
overstimulated at the bar and like has a freak out.
because he's hammered.
Jared,
Literally,
Jared, I think you're rocking with the fucking TikTok diagnosis of autism in 2026 and not what autism like is.
I think he's just a dude with a hobby that likes to be left alone.
He's resistant to change. He's resistant to social.
What are you talking about resistant to change? He walked across the state of New Jersey to go live in a shack. What autistic people are willing to do that?
I mean, he wants to live the life of a shut-in when he does that. That's pretty autistic.
Mm.
Danny, you said this is one of your favorite films growing up.
That's not quite what I said.
It was in your top 10.
I said, well, okay. Should I get into my rating then?
Well, I guess should I review it first?
Yeah,
no,
you go
it's
first.
my. I
Who
review
goes
first.
next?
I go first. You're second. Danny's last.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, because you
Should I
did
give my
3
quick
billboards?
rating?
Yeah. Go for it.
So we talked about Danny. You had this like different types of friendship or relationships of virtue, pleasure, and what was the other one?
That really stuck with you guys. That's crazy. That really
isn't there a
stuck
third
with
one?
you
What's the
guys.
third one? What's the third one? This was your whole thing.
I can't even
Anyway.
remember right now.
Anyways, I see this as one of the probably most true friendships of any film we've watched so far. That grew throughout this, and
Wait, can I say the 3 types of friendship?
yeah, go for it.
Friends of utility, of pleasure, and of virtue.
Nice. Thank you, John.
This was a virtuous friendship, and that kind of counteracts what I was saying earlier. That like, oh, these people are using them for escapism, but like, every person you have you're a friend with, it's because you see a little bit of yourself, or there's a part of them that you wish you could be more like. I believe. Yeah. So
that's a nice thought.
Yeah, no, it's exactly. Even though there might be qualities that you don't like about them. And with this, like, I compare it. I put this next to Another Round, because that's all about, broing out. And these 3 people truly became bros, in the most unlikely of ways as well, because it didn't require them getting high, it didn't require them getting drunk. It was just simply one person's themselves.
Sure helped.
It helped a little bit, but like it was never forced. It was never like just simply out of convenience. I believe, because there's ways all of them try to avoid each other. They made obstacles to become friends, especially Finn tried creating the whole barrier of not letting people get close to him. And at the end, we see people go be there for each other, even though they have no reason to. It's very easy for any of them just to cut ties from each other. Joe could go back to the city. Olivia could have just sat there on her kitchen floor, fell off monkey bars or whatever she might have. And Finn could have just walked the right of way back to Hoboken or to the next town. With that being said, I was very impressed in a movie that did not do much. Not much was said, but a lot was also heard at the same time. So with that, I give The Station Agent, this is tough for me, a 5 out of 5.
Damn.
Oh, let's fucking go.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm surprised Jared liked it as much, to be honest with you.
I did too, based on
it hit me at a good time. I liked it.
Yep.
There's elements I could have
absolutely. There's definitely
pinged it down a little bit, but I took it. The movie knew what it was. Yeah, the movie.
Absolutely, the movie did.
It had good Catholicism. They said grace.
He did say grace. That's a good point. We didn't touch on that. No fish though.
No fish.
Maybe there's fish. No fish.
No.
Let me just say this first. Peter Dinklage is a treasure. And I think we're going to look at him in the upper echelon one day. And not for this fucking Game of Thrones shit, but because of The Station Agent. This movie really touched me from a filmmaking perspective. Beautiful. It's definitely got that independent feel, but it's not trying to hide it. It's minimalist. It's warm. And the film's really quaint and charming. And, I talked earlier, it's like, I feel very nostalgic, almost like melancholy from this movie, which I think is a difficult thing for a film to pull off. And I think that's really beautiful. And Danny mentioned New Jersey is its own character. I totally agree. Thinking back, it's like the landscape of this boring ass, stagnant New Jersey is just like symbolizes the emotional stasis of all of the characters, you know, which is very interesting. I love the message, love the acting, love the people, thought it was funny. With that,
There's
giving
true
it
laugh out loud.
5 out of 5.
Yeah.
Shit.
That's 2 5s. There's a lot running on this review. This next review from Danny.
So there's this saying in the business, and the saying goes something like this: never meet your heroes. And I had the unfortunate experience last evening of having a movie that, if you put a gun to my head, you say top 5 favorite movies of all time, I would have said this movie for probably the past, I don't know, goddamn near 15 plus years of my life. And then I rewatched it for the first time in those 15 years, and I met my hero, and it felt, the word that comes to mind is overwrought, which is an interesting thing for a movie that's so understated to be overwrought. So I want to like think about that a little bit more. Because they're not really pushing anything that aggressively. Obviously, there's a lack of dialogue, there's a lack of plot, honestly. But it still struck me as a little bit too like sickly sweet at times, despite the darkness and the like sort of lack of resolution and all of that stuff. But it also prompted some sort of a reflection on myself in some ways. Like, has my movie watching routine taken me into a dark place and away from the light such that I can see this movie and no longer be able to appreciate it, even though I used to be able to? You know what I mean? Like, have I corrupted myself? All of that said, great acting, great soundtrack / score.
Yeah.
It is funny, darkly funny. I'm into dark humor. Dinklage is a goat. It's beautiful. It has something very nice to say. So I'm giving it a 4 out of 5, but it's the most painful 4 out of 5 I've ever given a movie.
Fair...
Like, it was a weird thing for me. Yeah.
Wow.
You backed up your answer better than what you did with 3 Billboards, so I'll let it stand.
I mean, he gave 5 to 3 Billboards.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, Tim, you're the one who pooped on it.
I gave it a 2. I gave 3 Billboards a 2.
Oh, sorry, I picked the wrong person.
Yeah, it's not fun to be the anti group. But listen, a 4 out of 5 is a great score.
No, exactly. It's just, it did hurt a little bit to, now I have to be like, oh, that's not in my top 5 movies.
But it wasn't meant to be. That just wasn't meant to be there.
Well, I met my hero, and I should have. I think the problem for me is that I shouldn't have rewatched it because the memory now is different than it used to be.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Mm.
Yeah. We don't often talk about what the person who's viewing the film, what stasis are they in? What kind of mood are they in? Where are they even watching it? How are they consuming it? How was their day? That impacts.
You got Forrest Gump on this.
I got gumped?
No, Danny did. Everyone used to love Forrest Gump. Then you rewatch and you're like, ooh, this is kind of bad.
Oh, interesting. I mean, I still liked it. I gave it a 4. Like, it's a great movie. It's a great fucking movie. It's just not what I remembered it.
Right, but like
it
Ratatouille...
it fucked me up when I think I was like early high school. And early high school is right when I was being the most Dinklage of my life, or my most Finn of my life, probably.
Oh, yeah. This is when you were wearing the fedora.
No, that was middle school.
Well, yeah, it's true. Like, seeing this in early high school, that would shock. It would, if I had the attention span for it, which I
don't think I could have watched this as a high school student. I'm happy I watched it at this stage of life.
Yeah, but if I was, when I was an angsty teen, and if I actually watched this, I'd be pretty affected by it.
Yeah,
Sure.
exactly. So yeah. Like, I mean, like, there was a lot of media that I was consuming at that time about like books, like Isolated Men in the Woods type shit. Like, this is when I'm reading Nietzsche. Like, all of this is in the water for me, and so
Ah,
it was like,
Crazy behavior.
Yeah,
was a
Thoreau
big-
and Whitman. But yeah.
exactly, Jared. All of that was happening for me at that time, and so it was really like did something for me then that it didn't quite do for me this time. Yeah,
Interesting.
but I wouldn't be the man I am today if not for this film, for sure.
Shout out to Finn.
Yeah, shout out to Finn.
That's the movie, boys. Thanks.
Great pick, Tim.
Good pick. Thank you.
All
was nice
right.
coming
With,
along.
with that, what's the next stop on this railroad? This little line.
So the next
that we
stop
call
on this
Fishy Film.
railroad, I'm gonna get railroaded. No,
What?
We running train on you?
um,
Gross.
so we don't do a lot of action movies, and I recently made a derogatory comment about Tom Cruise's acting skills.
Oh shit.
And people have been telling me to watch this movie, like a lot of people, repeatedly over time in the past like year to the last 2 years. So we are going to be watching from 2002, directed by Steven Spielberg and starring Tom Cruise, Minority Report.
Oh.
This is gonna be a new one for me.
This is a Jared. Jared will do well on this.
Okay, great. So we'll see you next week, guys. Stay safe. Don't antagonize federal officers. Make sure you have supplies in case you lose power for a while.
Greenland, we're coming for you.
Thank
Don't
God
meet your
Finn was not an
heroes.
ICE agent. He would have put 3 rounds right in Olivia's windshield.